Here's a really interesting budget IEM called the ND Planet. I've heard of ND before. They make some pretty good IEMs at unbelievably low prices. I haven't tried any, this is my first one, so let's take a look. You can see it has this clear shell with a planet-like design. I'm not sure which planet that is exactly. Do you think it's Mars maybe? It just has two variants, one is clear with a blue planet thingy and this one's red. Surprisingly, the stock cable that comes with this is actually really good. Again, given the price, it doesn't suck. It's way better than some others I've seen in this price, so that was surprising. The IEM body itself is pretty compact, so it was actually surprisingly comfortable in the ear. It fits relatively flat and doesn't stick out as much.
Yeah, boy.
Sound-wise, these are somewhat plain. They're not exciting in any way or exceptional, but they're not disappointing either. They sound remarkably similar to the KZ EDC Pro, except they don't have as much treble. So if you wanted the KZ EDC Pro style sound with tons of bass and gentle mids, but not as much top end, then this will definitely fit the bill. It's slightly more expensive than the EDC Pro, but has better cables and a slightly more interesting design. So I suppose that makes it a nicer package. It's also relatively less bulky in the ears compared to the EDC Pro, so that's another plus. The version I have here doesn't have a mic in the cable, otherwise I would have given you a mic sample. But I wouldn't expect too much from IEM stock cable mics. They sound pretty mediocre regardless of the price. The mic is rarely a focus of an IEM. I mean, most people prefer ones without a mic altogether. I also noticed that the ND Planet is pretty easy to drive with your phone, so you don't actually need an amplifier in your DAC dongle. If you're on an extremely tight budget, which I imagine the people who are looking at this might be, you could get just something like this, the Audiocular D13. It's extremely affordable and pretty good quality. It doesn't have anything exceptional for the price, but again it gets the job done, which is basically helping you connect this to your phone. Of course, I always recommend getting a dongle because it's a long-term investment and it's always a good choice to have a nicer one like the D07. But if you're on an extremely tight budget, I'm giving you an alternative. So there you have it, the ND Planet, an extremely fun sounding and a kind of fun looking IEM for a super low price. I would actually suggest these over the KZ EDC Pro unless you really want that treble sharpness, because the treble in here is kind of muddy, it's not that clear. But again, for a beginner, this should be fine. You get what you pay for, remember that. The link is in the description if you want this, check it out.